Hello, I'm Larry Porter. I work with people with chronic illnesses and pain. I began working with Alice about 4 weeks ago. 14 years ago, Alice was diagnosed with MS. She was unable to walk, wash her own hair, and essentially take care of herself. Alice required a wheelchair to move around her house, and after working with Alice for 1 week, she was able to get out of the wheelchair and move around unassisted. After the second week, she began to walk up and down stairs easily. By week 3, she discarded her wheelchair and walker.
Okay, hi, my name is Alice, and I'm 55. And in April of 2005, I went to bed normal, and I woke up on April 1st, April Fool's Day, which really sucks. I remember it always now. I woke up and everybody was gone. School, the kids were at school, my husband was at work, and my left leg was completely numb, like it had fallen asleep. And I was really scared because I thought maybe I had a stroke. And then later on during the day, I started to get numbness on the right side of my body, and I knew that strokes don't work that way. Strokes are one side, not one side this, one side that. So I had a suspicion it was multiple sclerosis because my sister, Jamie, who is 8 years older than me, she had MS since she was 27. So I had seen her go through, all of her symptoms. So I kind of knew that it was possibly multiple sclerosis. So I finally got really upset, and I remembered that a friend of mine works at Ballard Rehab. And I said, look, this is going on. Can you help me? And she said, there's only one neurologist I trust. So luckily, he got me in within a week, and he looked at me and he goes, I think you have MS. I could barely walk. I had no body strength. I was sleeping the pain was, oh my gosh, the pain was so intense. The slurring started to kick in, and I would choke on air. So I started to do research, and I just read all these different medicines. And I came across a 60-minute interview from Australia, and it was of a nurse. They followed her to Russia, and she actually did research and found that they did stem cells in Moscow, and she was going to have it done. And what made me really interested in what she was doing is she was a nurse. She wasn't just somebody who was delusional, like, I'm going to get a cure, She was actually in the medical field. Russia was, okay, I'm going to do this. I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And things just kind of fell in line. So I got the appointment to go to Russia to be tested to see if I was a candidate. They tested my heart, my lungs, and all that. And then he came in and said, okay, if we think we can help you, you want to do it? And I'm like, yes.
Okay, so it's December 29th, 2017. And I've never done this before. Because I've kind of kept this very private. People wonder why I would risk doing what I'm going to do. Go to such great lengths, fly to another country, and do this risky procedure. But the alternative is what I live with every day.
Okay, so I got back from Russia. So I was scared, but I was warned. I will say I was warned that the recovery, you're going to go so down before you get up. They said it's going to get so much worse. And it did. It got really bad. And it was a tough recovery, and it got a little bit easier. But I've been in a wheelchair ever since, up until probably about a month and a half ago, when Larry started to work.
I met Alice about a month ago, friend of friends, and ironically we had a little lunch outdoors, and I noticed her condition then. She was in a walker and had a lot of difficulty with mobility. She was able to sit at the table okay, but had to use a walker to get there. And they were afraid she was going to have to be helped into her car at the curb.
And my girlfriend and her friend who had just moved out here, they wanted to go to lunch, and I agreed. And deep down, I really didn't want to go because I knew that we're never going to find parking. All the seating is outside, which is horrible for me. It was warm, which is horrible for me. And there's no way, where this restaurant was, there's no parking lot. It was street parking, and there's no way we're going to park in front. And if I could get to the restaurant, that's one thing, but I can't guarantee I can get back to the car.
During lunch, I noticed, I see things. I don't know why, I don't know what they are, but I see things with people. And I noticed her nerves and her condition, especially in this particular instance. She had a dark area in the lower spine. And I worked to clear that during lunch. We were having chips and salsa. We all noticed that Alice walked much better, and she walked on back to her car.
But after we had lunch that day, what was funny is that when I remember walking, do you remember I kind of threw my walker? I kind of threw it. I'm like, I don't need this damn thing. And I was walking fine, and we were all kind of laughing. That I thought I was going to be really horrible. I ended up, it was actually easier getting to the car than it was getting from the car.
And so from there, we began working.
I am working with Alice, and we continue to work to help her regain total mobility.
If you need my assistance, please contact me at ldintuitive.com.